Imagine a raging wildfire. Now picture that fire, whipped by strong winds, twisting upwards into a towering vortex of flames. This, my friends, is a firenado, a terrifying and destructive phenomenon that sounds like something straight out of a disaster movie. But firenadoes, also known as fire whirls or fire devils, are very real and pose a significant threat. Understanding these fiery monsters is crucial, especially as wildfires become more frequent and intense. Have you ever witnessed a firenado or its aftermath? Share your experiences in the comments below. A firenado isn't your typical tornado, though they share some similarities. Both are awe-inspiring and terrifying natural phenomena that can cause significant destruction. Both involve a swirling vortex and can pack powerful winds. However, the key difference lies in their origins and the elements that fuel them. Unlike tornadoes, which are born from thunderstorms and driven by atmospheric conditions, firenadoes are fueled by the intense heat of a wildfire. This heat creates a unique and dangerous environment. Picture this. A wildfire creates an intense heat source. The flames generate a tremendous amount of heat, causing the air above to rise rapidly. As hot air rises rapidly, it interacts with cooler air, creating a spinning effect. This interaction is crucial in forming the vortex that characterizes a firenado. This spinning column of fire can reach hundreds of feet high, with wind speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. The sheer power and height of these fiery columns are truly astonishing. Imagine a scene from Dante's Inferno, with flames twisting and turning in a mesmerizing yet terrifying dance. The sight is both beautiful and horrifying, a true testament to nature's power. That's the essence of a firenado. It's a natural phenomenon that combines the destructive power of fire with the unpredictable nature of a tornado. These whirling infernos can pick up burning debris, trees, and even structures, flinging them far and wide. The debris carried by a firenado can cause additional fires and destruction far from the original blaze. This makes them incredibly unpredictable and dangerous. The combination of intense heat, high winds, and flying debris creates a scenario that is difficult to control and even harder to predict. What causes these fire-breathing monsters? Wildfires, with their ferocious flames and devastating power, are a force of nature that can be both mesmerizing and terrifying. But what exactly goes into creating these fiery beasts? The perfect recipe for a firenado requires a few key ingredients. It's not just about the fire itself, but a combination of elements that come together in a deadly dance. First, you need a wildfire, and not just any wildfire, but one with intense heat, the kind of heat that can make the air shimmer and distort, creating an environment ripe for chaos. Second, you need wind. Wind shear, the change in wind speed or direction over a short distance, is crucial. This wind doesn't just fan the flames, it shapes them, guiding their path and intensity. When wind shear interacts with the rising heat from the fire, it creates the spinning motion. This interaction is like a dance where the wind and fire move in sync, creating a deadly spiral. Think about a figure skater spinning. The tighter their arms are pulled in, the faster they spin. This principle of physics applies to firenadoes as well. Similarly, the smaller the area where the hot air rises and interacts with the wind shear, the faster and more intense the firenado becomes. This concentrated area of rising heat and wind shear creates a vortex of fire, a terrifying and awe-inspiring natural phenomenon. The year was 2018, the location Redding, California. The devastating Carr Fire, which scorched over 200,000 acres, spawned a firenado of unprecedented fury. This monstrous vortex, packing winds of over 140 miles per hour, ripped through the landscape, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. It killed a firefighter and a bulldozer operator, injured numerous others, and destroyed hundreds of homes. The Carr Fire firenado serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of these phenomena. It highlighted the urgent need to understand and predict firenadoes to protect lives and property. Section 5. Firenadoes through history, tales of fire and wind. Firenadoes, though terrifying, are not a new phenomenon. History books and eyewitness accounts are filled with tales of these fire-breathing monsters. These swirling infernos have been documented in various cultures and eras, each account more harrowing than the last. From ancient scrolls to modern-day reports, the presence of firenadoes has always been a symbol of nature's untamed fury. One of the earliest recorded incidents dates back to 1871, during the Great Peshtigo Fire in Wisconsin. This inferno, which consumed over 1 million acres and claimed thousands of lives, was fueled by strong winds and dry conditions, creating a perfect environment for firenadoes to form. The firestorm was so intense that it generated its own weather system, with firenadoes spiraling out of control, adding to the chaos and devastation. Survivors recounted the horror of seeing these fiery twisters, which seemed almost sentient in their destructive path. Eyewitness accounts from that time describe the firenadoes as great serpents of fire that danced across the landscape, leaving nothing but ash and destruction in their wake. These accounts paint a vivid picture of the sheer power and unpredictability of firenadoes. The phenomenon was not just a natural disaster, but a nightmarish spectacle that left an indelible mark on the memories of those who witnessed it. The legacy of these firenadoes continues to be a subject of fascination and fear, reminding us of the raw power of nature. Section 6. The Firestorms of World War II. World War II witnessed some of the most horrific firenadoes in human history. The firebombing of cities like Dresden and Hamburg in Germany created massive firestorms that spawned countless firenadoes. These firenadoes, fueled by the intense heat of thousands of burning buildings, sucked the oxygen out of the air, creating a suffocating inferno. The firestorms of World War II serve as a chilling reminder of the destructive power of firenadoes, both in their own right and as a byproduct of human conflict. Section 7. Impacts beyond immediate destruction. The destruction caused by firenadoes extends far beyond the immediate impact of their flames and winds. The intense heat can sterilize the soil, making it difficult for vegetation to recover. This can lead to erosion and landslides, further scarring the landscape. The smoke and ash released into the atmosphere can travel for miles, affecting air quality and posing health risks to people far from the fire's origin. Section 8. Firenadoes and climate change, a growing concern. As droughts increase, the conditions that give rise to firenadoes are becoming more common. Droughts are intensifying, leading to drier vegetation that acts as fuel for wildfires. It's been a very hot summer, providing the intense heat needed to spark these fiery vortices. This combination of factors suggests that firenadoes, once a rare and terrifying phenomenon, may become a more frequent threat in the years to come. Section 9. The Future of Firenadoes, Predictions and Precautions. Predicting firenadoes is a complex task, but scientists are making progress. By studying weather patterns, fire behavior, and topography, they are developing models that can help identify areas at high risk for firenado formation. This information is crucial for firefighters and emergency responders, allowing them to better prepare for and potentially mitigate the impacts of these dangerous events. Early warning systems, coupled with public education and preparedness, will be essential in reducing the risks associated with firenadoes in a changing climate. Section 10. Can we prevent firenadoes? While we can't prevent wind or completely eliminate the risk of wildfires, there are steps we can take to reduce the likelihood and severity of firenadoes. Creating defensible spaces around homes by clearing brush and vegetation can help prevent wildfires from spreading and potentially spawning firenadoes. Promoting sustainable forest management is crucial in the long-term fight against these fiery phenomena. Section 11. Conclusion: a call to action. Firenadoes are a terrifying and destructive force of nature, and their increasing frequency is a stark reminder of the challenges we face when creating drought environments with water restrictions. Understanding the science behind these fire-breathing monsters, supporting research and prediction efforts are crucial for protecting lives, property, and our planet. The fight against firenadoes is not just about extinguishing flames, it's about addressing the root causes of these events and building a more resilient future.